Beautiful people, welcome back. So today we're going to do a recap and review of the Real Housewives of Potomac season 7 episode 13, titled Sisterhood of the Travelling. And I thought we were going to start off this episode where we left off last, where we had Karen's event, where this lady still didn't know what the event was called. But I thought we were going to start off this episode with Ashley and the lady trying to talk to Candiace regarding Chris. But no, we didn't start off that way. So we start off with Karen and Ray at home. We see Karen getting ready. She's telling Ray, she's packing, that they're going to Mexico to celebrate Ashley's birthday. So she said she's going to help Ashley with getting everything together. And they're going ahead, I think, by a few hours. And they're also going to take Wendy along with them because, Wendy doesn't get along with most of the ladies. So it doesn't make sense for them to travel with Wendy. So they're going to go ahead and travel. So, okay. Then so Ray's, wishing her well on her trip and just talking about little things. Next scene, we see Gizelle. She is in her vehicle and Robyn calls her. And she let Robyn know that she's coming from the doctor, that and then she lets us know for the past 3 years, she's been battling, she has a medical issue that needs to be taken care of. And she's got to the point where, that it needs to be taken care of. However, she doesn't know how she's going to do it because she has the schedule for the girls. She also tells her doctor that she wants to be able to travel afterwards. Her doctors and her nurses tell her take it easy, but somehow she's going to figure it out. So it's the medical issue she have. It seemed to be one that is very familiar to us in the African American community, where we tend to get fibroids. So she's like, it's to the point where, they can't remove the fibroids anymore because they're just going to keep grow back. And the size of it is so huge. Size of them, I should say, is huge. So therefore, she's just going to go ahead and get a total hysterectomy. It's not something that she was looking forward to, but, it's just going to have to happen. So she talked to Robyn on the phone about that a little bit more. They also talked about Karen event, about, what was that? Even though we had fun, we still don't know why wasn't Charrisse invited. Gizelle is like, okay, that's something that we're going to have to address because, as you know, Charrisse is going on the trip for Ashley's birthday. So, we're going to make sure that we discuss it. So, of course, the ladies are planning what they're going to get stirred up, Robyn and Gizelle. Now we have Robyn and her family. They're at home. She's talking to Juan and the boys. She's letting them know that, listen, your dad and I are about to get married in about a month or so, and we need to find a venue. We need to get you fitted for your suits and stuff. And she let them know that they're having someone come over. So they have a well-known tailor come over. I don't know if he's a tailor or what's the proper word for it, but a very nicely dressed young man came over, and he took their measurements and showed them some styles and stuff that they might want to pick. And Robyn let us know that she literally has about a month to get ready for this wedding. That's going to be very intimate and nobody's invited. And that she doesn't even have a dress and stuff like that. So that was Robyn and her family around the house talking. So now we're over with Mia and Gordon. Mia is in her office. And she calls Gordon in and she's letting him know that, everything that is happening for the next month. They collab on, or they talk about when the next joint chiropractic center will be open. We did a playback of the last one. And she's like, the next one is about to open. One of the kids have something going on at school and I need to be away on Ashley's trip. So therefore, you're going to have to take him. He's like, well, I'll take him and let him go inside and I'll wait in the car. And she was like, no, Gordon, you agreed to help me. You're going to have to take him and actually go in there and be in the audience and be there for him. So he's like, all right, I'll take care of it. Then they get talking about Jacqueline, about how she feels like, she's doing way too much for Jacqueline. She lets us know that Jacqueline's sister is her nanny. So whenever Mia goes away on trips and the kids need to move around and do things, that Mia's Jacqueline's sister is the one who usually help her. It so happens that Jacqueline also have young kids around Mia's kids' age, and so then they tend to just bring all the kids over to one house and then take it from there. Now that Jacqueline is going on trips with the ladies and stuff, so she's telling Gordon that she feels overwhelmed, that she has a lot going on. There's a lot on her shoulders, and she's trying to break away from Jacqueline in a sense. That's what I get from it. So, Gordon listened to her and stuff like that, talking about her Jacqueline issues, and then they left it at that. Now we have the day of travel. We have the ladies traveling to Mexico. Like I said, we have Karen, Ashley, and Wendy going on ahead. I think they went earlier in the morning, and then they went to go get things ready. They made sure that they checked out the space, make sure everybody had nice rooms and stuff. They got gift bags and stuff ready for them. And she wanted to personalize each gift bag, so she put a little bit of something for each person in one of the bags. In their bag. So in one of the bags, she's like, I don't have anything personal for Charrisse. And Karen was like, well, she likes champagne, so maybe she could get a little bottle of champagne. You could put it in there. And then Ashley was like, see, that's why I need you, because you know what everybody likes. So therefore, I'm so glad you came along with me. Now we see the ladies, the rest of them, they greet each other at the airport. We see them get on the plane. They cheer, clink, clink. They cheers, and then they're on their way. Now we go over to the other side now where they landed in Mexico. And we see a little bit of tension going on. We see Jacqueline off to herself at a space. And then we have Mia with all the other girls circling her. And it's like, what happened? And then they go in the confessional, and production and the editing team again is on point with it. We see where production have them set up like they're sitting in an airplane. They're all cartoony people. And then you can see where we have Charrisse on down the aisle. On one side of the aisle, we have Charrisse in the middle, Mia and Jacqueline on either side of her. And then on the other aisle, we have Gizelle in the middle, and then we have Robyn and Candiace on either side of her. And we see in them the way they set up their eyes. They said they were arguing on the plane, something about you're not being a good mom. It takes a village, blah, blah, blah. This is Gizelle telling us what was going on. Of course, you have Candiace chiming in. But they said, we knew something. We couldn't exactly hear everything that was going on the plane, but some stuff went down on the plane. So right now, when they deplane, we have Mia and Jacqueline having tension. We started off good at the airport, seemingly, but by the time we got to Mexico, there was a big issue. All right. So now the ladies, they get on the Sprinter van. I hope nothing don't go down on the Sprinter van like it does the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. So they get on the Sprinter van. Everybody, they're doing their little chit chat. They get to the hotel, and they see Karen, Wendy, and Ashley in the lobby waiting for them, shaking their maracas. They have some little maracas. They come in. Karen is like, you're not going to your room right away. We actually getting this started right now. So they check in and they go in. Karen leads them into a room and then starts singing happy birthday. In there, they had set up a cake for Ashley and champagne and food and stuff. So they had a quick little bite to eat, celebrated Ashley's birthday. And Karen is like, now this is how you do a birthday. You actually celebrate it on the day off. I have to show these ladies how it's actually done. Because remember, when Karen supposedly went to Miami for her birthday with Mia and the girls, Mia was the one who was supposed to be doing everything. However, it turns out that her and Wendy got into it and Karen's birthday was ruined, even though she was trying to keep the focus on her by singing happy birthday to me every second she got. So she was trying to show Mia that this is how it's done. But some stuff popped off. At Ashley's little birthday party. So, of course, the ladies who were already there didn't know what was happening. So they got filled in by the ones who were on the plane. I think Jacqueline came at Mia and said something about you don't know how to be a friend or something like that. And Mia's like, you really need to back down. And then Jacqueline said to her, "Oh, you're not getting enough D. That's why you're behaving like that." So Mia was like, "What? I'm not getting enough D? Well, you getting too much D. You getting everybody's D." And she used Mimi's line to Kim. She's like, "Close your legs to married men." So of course everybody was like, they're clutching their pearls, their mouths are open, their eyes are going everywhere. They don't know what to do. Everybody's uncomfortable. So then Jacqueline started crying. And Mia's looking at her like, "Don't even cry now, girl. You try to come for me talking about I don't get enough D. Yeah, this is where you want to take it. We're going to take it there." We have poor Candiace, who is usually the one in the mix-up, going to Mia and saying, "Girl, take your friend outside. Go talk to your friend." I was like, "No, I ain't talking to her outside. She needs to just stop crying. I ain't moving nowhere. She gonna come at me like that. I ain't backing down." So finally they calmed down Jacqueline. I believe it was Candiace who went over there to make sure that she was okay. And, Gizelle said, "You know what? This is Ashley's birthday. Can we table this issue for a little bit?" And then Karen was like, "I can't believe I'm agreeing with her, but okay. Yes, we're going to table it because we have stuff to go on. We have surprise number 2 happening." So she was like, "Everybody's done eating. Let's go outside. We need to go by the ocean." So they go down to the ocean. It so happened that Karen Googled. She said she Googled how to bring tranquility to the group. So they told her on Google to get a shaman, and that's what she did. So she hired a shaman who did a little cleansing, whatever he was doing, to all the ladies. Everybody had to do a hug and hug each other. Somebody said to Mia, "Go ahead and hug your sister. Go hug Jacqueline." She tried to hug Jacqueline. Jacqueline was like, "Nah, I ain't with it." So Mia's like, "You see, she don't want peace. She want problems." So I'm like, "All right, we're gonna leave that there." The ladies dip their foot in the water. You know how you go on vacation and you go to a beach resort, one of the first things you want to do is at least walk out to the ocean and put your foot in the water. So the ladies, put their foot in the water and like, "All right, it's time for us to go get ready for dinner." They go and each of them in their room see their surprise. In Robyn's bag, Robyn believe Karen got her a little veil that said bride to be. So Robyn put it on and she called Juan and showed him and everything. And then she stepped out to the balcony to get some, the sea breeze in her face. And of course, the veil flew right off her head. And then she was like, "Oh my God, no, I hope that's not a sign." So Robyn was a little bit upset about that. All the ladies saw the cute gifts that they got. And now it's time for dinner. We fast forward to dinner. All the ladies, as they come in one by one, we have Ashley, Wendy, Karen show up together. Ashley, Karen, and Gizelle show up together. Then we have all the ladies arrive one by one. And Robyn is back on her being the last one to arrive. She is back on track with that. So, of course, she comes in. And what does she say when she always comes in? "Hi, guys. Sorry I'm late." So, yeah, she was the last one to arrive. But everybody expect that from Robyn anyway. So, they're sitting at the table. They're just chit-chatting. Candiace goes in and tells them that, she thought she was pregnant for a minute, but it didn't happen. So, she's going to start another round of IVF in a couple of weeks. Robyn told them a story about her veil flying off her head. And then I think it was Gizelle who got it started with Charrisse and Karen. She's like, "I have to be honest, Charrisse, I told Karen that you were the one who posted a video." So remember when they went to a club, I believe it was in Miami, and they went to the club after Wendy and Mia had their clash, and all the ladies were, tipsy, and they were dancing and stuff. We had ladies popping out of their dresses, showing parts of their bodies that shouldn't be shown publicly on TV. So it so happened that Charrisse had a video of that, and she posted it on the day of Karen's event. And Karen didn't like that because remember, Karen is a classy lady. You're not supposed to be showing stuff like that. So Karen says to Gizelle, "Oh yes, Charrisse, I really didn't like that. And you're trying to be my friend. I figured if you were trying to be my friend and you want us to, mend fences, that you would have sent me the video so I could see it before you actually posted it." So Charrisse was like, I'm not really trying to be your friend, Karen. And then they got to the point where she's like, when I went through my divorce, Karen, were you there for me? When my mother, she said, or her father passed away, were you there for me? And Karen was like, well, when my father passed away, you weren't there for me. And for some reason, I don't know, it went from 0 to 100 real quick, as they would say. Because Karen is talking, all of a sudden she's like, keep my mother's name out of your mouth. Charrisse is like, everybody at the table is looking confused, like, what's going on? I'm confused too, because I'm not, when did Charrisse say anything about Karen's mother? So she was like, I haven't talked anything about your mother. Karen gets up and she's like, keep your mouth. So I'm like, okay. Then Charrisse is matching her energy now. Charrisse slams her hand on the table and jumps up, and Karen does the same thing, and they're screaming back and forth at each other at the table, and the whole group is looking like, what is going on? We have Robyn just taking bites off a burrito, like, what is going on? And I'm like, wait a minute. And that is where the episode ended, y'all. You know Bravo does that to us all the time. They like to keep everything as a cliffhanger, and they did not show a preview for next week. So how are we supposed to know what happened? I guess we're going to have to jump over to their YouTube channel and hope they post a clip of what's coming up next. Because I need to know what happened between Karen and Charrisse before next week's episode. So that is, we have Ashley's birthday popping off, just like we had Karen's birthday in Miami popping off. These ladies, as Candiace said, you can't take us nowhere, because we always getting into it. So that is the highlight of it. Charrisse and Karen has finally come to a head. We knew it would eventually happen. And yep, here it is. It's happening. So I'm looking forward to next week to find out what happened. And I'm looking forward to reviewing it with you guys. So until next week, this is my recap and my review of the Real Housewives of Potomac Season 7, Episode 13, titled Sisterhood of the Travelling. So until next time, guys, be sure to take care of yourselves and your families. Bye-bye.